Welcome back, everybody. As so far, Santa, your guests, we have a different switch to things right now. If we were talking about Vodafone and communications earlier, we're going to go in the art segment with a little bit of twist of tech. And I'm really, really happy to have next to me some of the pioneers of this kind of switch and twist. Next to me, I have Radu Mihai, co-founder of Mocapart. Next to Radu, we have Patru Paunescu, co-founder of Mocapart, and we have Vlad Stirbu, one of the visual artists, graphic artists within Mocapart. Did I do that well for you? Yeah. Okay. How are you guys? And I'm glad to have you here. How are you doing, Radu?
Good evening, first of all. Good evening, Santa.
Thank you.
I believe this evening we are the ones who will make gifts to you, bring gifts to you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm not the real one, but everybody keeps saying that. How are you doing, Patru?
Well, I'm very good. I'm trying to resist the heat in Iași, but here the temperature is very good and we have a good atmosphere. We have a good host, so
Thank you so much.
We're gonna have a good show.
Thank you so much. We actually thought of that and we said we should be a little bit more pragmatical to things. So here we are finally. Otherwise, we could have been a little bit of a heat factor, but now we're good. How about you, Vlad? How you doing?
Well, as you know, I'm having a grand old time here at the World Esports Championship being held in Iași, and to be honest, I'm quite enthusiastic to be here among you, among my colleagues, and enthusiastic to talk to you.
Thank you so
tell
much.
All about our little projects, let's say.
I'm so curious because we had a little conversation before and you took me through history, you took me through art, you took me through all the different aspects that your work has been bringing towards this this amazing championship, right? The World Esports Championship 2023. We are again at Vodafone Play Talks and I'm really excited to get into it. And what better way to showcase how my excitement is brought to this room, rather than asking you guys, how did Iași receive you? Well, I know, Vlad, you are from Iași, yeah, but I would focus on Patru right now and afterwards Radu. How did Iași receive you?
Well, Iași received us very, very well. It's for me, it's the first time that I visited Iași, and it's a very beautiful city. It's a great competition. The people are very, very nice and very warm, and I've met Vlad for the first time, who is from Iași, so and it's been a lovely experience until now. I hope again the heat will turn down a little bit, and I think it's going to be a great time, a great show. The finals are coming, so I think everything is going swell.
Well, I think even the gods at some point can appreciate the level of work, yeah, that has been put in this event. So hopefully the heat is going to come towards us a little bit more on the down low. How about you, Radu? How did Iași receive you?
Also, a very warm welcome, of course. I believe everyone here these days has something to tell about the weather. But and also for me, it's the second time I visit Iași. I was here this January, preparing the field for our come here in the summer, and we also bring here a few gifts for Iași and for the Esports Championship, and with this I want to dive in the subject of our.
Go ahead. That was my following question. And since you're on the mic, just tell us what you were gonna say. What is your involvement in this whole event?
So Mocapart, which is the first NFT art gallery of motion, designed and build the concept for the medals for the winners of the 15th Esports World Championship. Basically, for each medal, there is a character from Romanian history, which is designed in the style of each game, and is also animated through motion capture with the moves of famous Romanian athletes or actors. We have 7 games, and for each one we took characters from Romanian history, characters which are not so well known, but which have strong
Cultural involvement, right?
strong cultural involvement, and also strong stories behind them.
Can you mention, let's just get one example out of the way, something that probably, as you said, people are not acquainted to or have read about. Tell us one example, probably a little bit more familiar towards the audience.
I will give you 2 examples. I will give you the first one. It's Anna Cumpănaș, or Anna Sage, better known as Anna Sage in the United States, which is a woman known as the woman in red. Basically, it's the woman who helped FBI to arrest John Dillinger, the famous mobster in America in 1930. And we pick her. We choose for her character an actress, a Romanian actress, Judith State, which is an actress who was in Cannes 2 years in a row with Cristian Mungiu, a director from Iași film, and also with Cristi Puiu film. And the other character I want to talk about is a character from for eFootball, is the medal for eFootball 2023, and Vlad is the designer, who is the graphic artist who designed the character. The character is the player who scored the first goal of Romania at a World Championship, and also the fastest goal at that edition. At the first World Cup in
Right.
1930 in Uruguay.
Wow, that was a while ago. And Romanians were first at scoring the goal. One
Yes,
Romanian.
Yes. And
That's
also
amazing.
the fastest goal. The
fastest goal.
The fastest goal. Yeah.
Okay.
And Vlad will tell you much more about the character and the design.
Let's then talk to Vlad a little bit and tell us a little bit more about
Thank
exactly what Radu was saying. Tell us about your work.
So, as my friend here mentioned, I am indeed a graphic artist and an illustrator. I'm currently in my 3rd year here at the University of Arts, and I had the pleasure to be chosen by them and work with them. And my task was illustrating this character, this football player named Adalbert Deșu, who was indeed the Romanian player who scored the first goal in the first minute in the first match at the first World Soccer Championship in Uruguay in the 50th second, I believe. So yes, that was absolutely impressive to go down that path and discover his accomplishment and who he was and integrate that into his design.
That's amazing. A while ago, I consider myself as being a boomer at heart. Yeah, although I don't look so. But tell us a little bit for the people that probably do not know exactly how you put that into work.
Well, let's say I would say it came down to a lot, and I mean a lot of research and a lot of teamwork from everyone involved, because each and every single one had to look through libraries or the internet or ask other people they knew if they had any information on Adalbert, because we have chosen characters that aren't as popular and as mainstream, so our resources were quite small to begin with. A little book there, another book there, an article, so we had to piece together and make a puzzle basically before we could get a clearer picture of him.
I understand. That's exceptionally interesting. Now I have a question for Patru. If we were going to talk about technologies in general and associating that with esports in general, what are some exciting technologies that you would like to see implemented into esports?
Well, what I believe is that motion capture, I think it's a technology which is already implemented in games. There are a lot of games developed by motion capture. Let's say FIFA, eFootball, stuff like that. Every game is the movements are recorded by motion capture technology. But what I would like to see and what I would believe that would be interesting, if the user can use the motion capture technology and put in the game that his own motion capture to personalize. Let's think about this. Let's think about the CS:GO karambit trick, karambit knife trick.
Yeah, yeah.
You can do it however you want it. Basically, you just put on the gloves, you record your own movement, the movement goes into the game, and you have your own karambit knife trick and the Desert Eagle trick or whatever. So you can make your own moves for Counter-Strike, for example, but they're your moves, basically.
Imagine the TikToks following that.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that? I just want to stop right there for a second because it's really interesting. How does that? How is that being put into infrastructure for the end customer?
Well, that's quite a difficult. Into infrastructure for the end customer. Nowadays, there are phones, there are applications that costs not so much money, and you can record your own movement. There are the IE motion recordings where you can put your own video, and basically the IE takes the motion capture and you can implement it on another thing for free, and it's for free. It's quite good. It's quite good. It's not perfect at the moment because it's at its beginning, but it's working at the moment.
Okay, so it's not really you being in a studio.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I would say a company, but I don't think that's good to say the company's name. But they have a phone that doesn't cost much. It has an application that makes motion capture. So you can make at home motion capture, record your own motions, and after that implement it into the Web3, let's say, and so on. And they're yours, and they don't cost much.
Well, as I am surprised, I'm sure there are a lot of people that are surprised as well and interested in what you just said. I would focus a little bit more right now going into the NFT, I would call it Pandora's box a little bit, but you guys are the experts. You would call it something more specific than me, right? Now, regarding the NFT phenomena that we've had for a while, what would you say to the naysayers, to the non-believers, to the ones that retracted themselves from this whole industry-wise phenomenon? What would you transmit in order for them to be stimulated?
Well, I believe every change comes with people who don't believe in that change. And I think this is the thing of NFTs, this is the thing of Web3, basically. This is the thing of metaverse. I mean, there are a lot of people who don't understand the metaverse and say that the metaverse doesn't exist and it's rubbish and so on and so on. And this is the same thing with NFTs. NFTs are basically the bridge between art and Web3, possibly metaverse, most possibly metaverse, and also gaming, because nowadays NFTs work like, let's say, keys to some games which work in the metaverse. So these are the NFTs. They are the future, not the future of art. Let's say they are a part of art. The old art won't die with them. Basically, they are just the digital art. And that's all, basically. I mean...
Right. Radu, from the perspective of a co-founder of Mocapart, you are a person that needs to think about a lot of things, right? The running of the company, right? The effect on the audience, right? How do you involve everything into art together with making people believe in your project?
It's a very interesting question. Because art... it's something people deals every day. Every day, art is nowadays. Art is everywhere around us. It's not, and this is one. It's a cornerstone. A cornerstone for Mocapart, because the way we see art, it's a bridge between the physical world, the real world, and the digital one. And our project makes a connection between these two worlds. And that's why when I told you about the design of the characters, it is important to say that designing the medals, it was a two-way process. One is graphic design and motion capture and everything, and another it's a technical process. And we are I want to say here we are very grateful to our technical partners from Webit Labs, which provide us the infrastructure for blockchain technology, for everything, for the Web3 development of our collections and of our characters.
You mentioned earlier the technicals and the process of getting to those medals, right? That you are providing for the World Esports Championship 2023. Take us through it a little bit, to the process of getting to that end product.
So the process was quite complicated. It took us like 18 months to build everything from concept to the final character, to the final NFT. And the first stage was, of course, the concept, the story, picking up the characters. And here, me with Patru along, because we have a background in film. I'm a director. He is a director of photography. We choose characters, as I already told you, not so well known, but with very strong stories behind them. And after that, we have to pick up graphic designers, graphic artists. There was a call. We made a call on a social network on Facebook to pick up a graphic designer, to give them the brief, to familiarize with the concept. And after that, we have to pick up the motion artists, the sport athletes, or the actors, and to build everything in this scenario, and also to plant, because every collection, every character, every NFT has some Easter eggs. We planted there, just like in games, some Easter eggs, some information about the character, some hidden information about the real character, about his story. And after that stage, we dive into the technical process to put everything in blockchain, to put everything in NFT, in an NFT. At the end of this process, we have 7 collections, and each collection is built like this. We have a golden edition, which is the medal of which will be delivered to the world champion, and a common edition with which is available for everybody to buy it, which is in, I believe, 1,500 pieces from each collection.
Because it's the 15th. Because it's the 15th.
Right. I got it. Wow, I got to give it to you guys. It looks like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of work. So I hope people will appreciate it, right? I am starting to appreciate it as well. This is a lot of new for me. But how do you see the relationship between Web3 and esports/gaming in the future?
I think Patru had something very interesting to say.
Well, I believe that Web3 is already in gaming mode, let's say that. Because there are a lot of platforms in which there are a lot of games in the Web3, in the metaverse. Basically, the metaverse is developing its own, let's say, gaming universe. And I believe the esports should look into what the metaverse is doing also. Because at the moment, surely it's a free universe in which you can make your own character, come with your own movement, with your own avatar, which you can make on another platform. So you can make yourself a digital character in a digital world. And so
really?
Yeah, that's the metaverse basically, and the gaming in metaverse basically. NFTs also work in that direction. So the esports, I think, should think about this metaverse, this open universe, this open character universe in which the players are getting their own life, their own digital life there. So I think it's going to be interesting to see that. Of course, now the metaverse and the gaming in metaverse is not competitive as it is the esports. The esports has this very fun thing which is becoming more and more better than the casual sports, basically. Sure, you don't have a referee. It's a very normal game. It's only about the attitude and the skills of the players, the talent, the mood, and so on. And it's not like football where you have a referee which can ruin your game. So
we know a lot about that. Huh?
Yeah, esports is the future. I mean, it's clearly esports is the future. And I don't know how the metaverse will blend in, or the esports will blend in with the metaverse, the Web3. It's going to be interesting to see that.
I'm definitely sold on that. I'm definitely sold, and I'm gonna sell something to you as well, right? Apart from the art, we have a lot of entertainment as well here at the World Esports Championship 2023. What are you most excited about in the coming days? And I'll start with you, Patru, and then I'll move over to Vlad.
Well, I'm a big fan of Counter-Strike, so I'm going to watch all the matches. Yeah. I think Romania is playing now, right? Or
they won the first map, I know, and they're playing their second, or they are in the third. I don't know yet.
And the females won?
I don't know
played
that.
With
I don't know
Australia.
that as well.
I don't know.
We'll check afterwards.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Counter-Strike, so I'll watch all the Counter-Strike matches. It's going to be very fun to watch. And also the concerts, I guess. So it's going to be a lot of interesting events.
Definitely. How about you, Vlad? You have the same feeling?
Yeah, I actually played a bit of Counter-Strike myself, some CS:GO back in the day, and yeah,
so funny.
I'm the oldest one among everyone here. Yeah, but I was indeed curious on the male and female matches, as well as the Dota 2 contest that I believe is going to happen tomorrow, if I recall correctly.
Right.
Yeah. So definitely gonna watch those, and I do believe they're gonna be as intense as the heat outside, to make a little joke.
That's a really nice comparison by you. Now, Radu, I would refer to you, right? Do you agree? Do you agree with your colleagues? What are you most excited about in the coming days?
Football. For me, football is because I as an old timer, I play football on the backyards of my in the backyard. And I am. As a matter of fact, I think yesterday Patru called, give me a message and say, check out this link. It's a match between. I don't remember.
One of the countries right here, or what was it?
It was Greece versus Senegal or something like that. And I took a beer and I enjoyed it to watch just like real football. It was, and I'm waiting for the final and for everything.
I'm so glad to hear that from all of you. Thank you for taking the time and being here with me. Enjoy the rest of the event, right? And for everybody behind the screens, we'll meet you in about a minute. We're going to take a short break. Let's check out what these lovely people have been doing in their projects. And you're definitely going to see the medals. Thank you, Mocapart, right?
Thank
you. And I see you guys in a minute.